Hi and welcome. I wanted to show you 5 quick Excel tips to make your life easier when you're doing work with data analysis. So you're bringing data in from another platform into Excel and then you need to manipulate and manage it. Hi, I'm Donna Hanson. If you like this video, subscribe to my channel. Every week I release new videos to show you how to work smarter and not harder in the real world with Microsoft Excel. So let's have a look at our first tip. Often when you import data into Excel from other programs, so SAP, Oracle, etc., you might find that numbers come up on screen similar to what we see here. We find them with a little green marker in the left-hand corner. That's Excel telling you that they've come into Excel as text. So at the moment we can't perform any mathematical calculation on them. So in order to convert them back to numbers so we can do maths, we need to highlight the cells and you'll have a smart tag that comes up here. If you click on the smart tag, choose convert to number. Excel now automatically right aligns them, which is how traditionally we add up numbers. So now those numbers can be easily added up. So that's tip number 1. The second tip is, let's say I want to add this data up here. You're probably familiar with just being able to click in the cell where you want the answer to go and clicking on Autosum. And Excel suggests what it is that you might want to add up. You can then pick up the little fill cross and drag to fill that formula across. And Excel assumes that when you copy the formula to column C, you want to add up the same columns in column C and the same columns in column D, etc. Now, I like to work smarter and not harder. It's not lazy, it's productive. If I highlight all this data, including where I want the totals to go, and now click on Autosum, Excel automatically adds those items up. Now, as a double check, if I click on this cell here, you can see that it's summing up B10 to E10, but I have no way of knowing that these 4 cells equal the same amount. All I need to do is highlight those 4 cells. And if I come and have a look down the bottom corner here where it says sum 995490, so that's a match. That's our second tip in Excel to make life easier. Now, often you'll bring data in from another source into Excel and you need to maybe sort and filter it. So you'll notice here, I can't sort by first or last name because both of the first and the last name are in the same cell. So I need to separate the two. So rather than me having to manually separate them and take heaps of time, Excel has an inbuilt tool that enables me to do this automatically. Now just be careful, because if you were in your live worksheet and there was data in these cells to the right, you'd need to insert maybe a few empty columns in order to separate this data. You'll see what I mean when we go through the process. So if I click the Data tab, we go to Text to Columns. Characters such as commas or tabs separate each field. Well, that's correct. I'm going to click Next. Now, by default, there is a tick in the tab box, but I just want spaces, so I'm going to pop a space in here. Now, as a side note, let's say you've got part numbers that you need to separate, for example, and they have a hyphen. You can also use hyphens or other characters to be able to separate data that exists in the one cell. I'm just going to click Next. It says numbers will convert to numbers, dates to dates, and everything else to text. And I'll click Finish. How good is that? I don't even need to know any formulas in Excel at this point or any functions in Excel at this point. Excel automatically did that for me. Now, let's just say you want to do the reverse. You actually want to join these 2 cells back together again. Excel has a function called Concatenate. So if I click on the FX function, which means insert function, and I generally always use this because Excel has over 400 different functions in it and it's adding more all the time. I don't want to know the syntax or how the function needs to be set up, where to put the commas, what I need, what I don't need. So I leverage the power of Excel to do the hard work for me with the insert function or the function wizard. Now from here, I'm going to choose Concatenate. You can see here it joins several text strings into one string. So basically, it's a function that's used to remediate text. What do I mean by that? Well, basically, once I correct the data in that I take it from being in 2 cells and putting it into 1, I don't care about the function anymore. I just care about the outcome. So I'm going to click OK. And the cells I want to add together are this one and this one. And you'll notice Excel's automatically created the formula up in the formula bar, so I don't have to worry. I just have to answer the questions in here. Now you will notice here that it says Donna Hanson and there's no space. So it's not what I want. So I'm going to come here and I'm going to take out the B2 in text 2 and I'm just going to press the space bar on the keyboard. And then if I click in B3, you'll notice that Excel's automatically put in little quotation marks. That's Excel telling, that's the insert function telling Excel that whatever's inside the quotation marks is a piece of text. Now I'm going to click on the Hanson and you'll see here it's got a space. So I click OK. Now the beauty of a function in Excel is the first time you do it, double check to make sure it's correct. And then you can put your mouse pointer on the little black cross in the bottom right hand corner, and providing you've got data directly to the left, if you double click it will fill that function all the way down the column. And you'll notice here that it's automatically adjusted because Excel assumes that when I copy the formula down to the next row, I want to concatenate the relative two cells beside it. Now all I need to do is copy this with a Control-C or any sort of shortcut. And if I go to the Home tab, watch what happens if I just do a straight paste. I get an error message. That's because the function in column C is trying to add A and B together, and because now there's nothing in A, it's getting an error message. So what I need to do instead is click the drop arrow below paste, and down here we have paste values. And basically with the concatenate, once we've remediated or once we've added the two pieces of text together in the one cell, we don't care about that function anymore. We just want the outcome. So I'm going to click on that, and then I would delete these two columns, making it nice and easy. So that's changing our text to numbers, a quick auto sum of everything, text to columns, and concatenate. There's one last function I want to show you in our quick session today, and that's the proper function. Often what happens is when you get data in from another source, the casing might be all over the place. Maybe it's because the users, when they type in, aren't required to type in proper case, which means the first letter of each word's capitalized, which is probably what you want when you're talking about people's names. So if I click the FX, this time I'm looking for proper. So you can see here it converts the first letter in every word to uppercase and everything else to lowercase. And basically all I want to do is click on this cell. You can see here it's giving me the result I want. I click OK, and a simple double click fills that down, and I could do a copy, and I would come back here, and in this case I do a paste special as well, and then I delete this column. So I'm all about working smarter and not harder with Microsoft Excel. If you like this quick little tutorial, please subscribe to receive regular updates of the videos I release every week. And if you want more information on me and how I help, check the description below. Thanks for joining me. See you next time.